modern design standards, and so we're sort of a more zoomed out way of looking at everything, starting with some theory, and then each successive slide we zoom in a little bit further until we're actually talking about Madisonville and Duck Creek, but we're never going to get specifics on put a bench here, because honestly that's not engineering. Questions?
First part was going to be on the restoration theories behind it. The next step would then eventually be to completely characterize the creek as it is today, and put dollar amounts to what options would go, what places. For our presentation and for our scope of work was to go through the 76 report, realize what's old about it and how we're going to fix it theory-wise, and be able to bring the ideas of that report into the new mission.
So starting out with 1976, that mentality actually started a lot before that. We were having to deal with things like water mills and mining kind of stuff, and you worry about water, and then you control it. So kind of came to the peak in the 70s with a very just concrete channel and move it where it needs to be. That way it's not dealing with, you don't have to deal with any of the erosion issues, you don't have to deal with any of the drainage issues. And run it as fast as possible, as far as possible away from here. That was the mentality. And with little oversight, trying to fighting that was kind of just to hurry themselves how they wanted that to go. Because that was the mentality that they had when that report was originating. There's some areas in there where you can see that there's hard main areas and stuff like that. Not up to this level, but some significant part. And now, restoration theory in 2009 talks about the different things where it seems valuable in natural streams. It has meander, it has varying depths, it has natural bed materials, diverse populations inside that will keep the stream cooler, slower, less scour, so you won't have much issue with erosion. Kind of brings the stream back to an actual living, breathing atmosphere. So that it's actually a usable tool, or not even really a tool as much as to get the water out of it, but it has value in its natural state. And that's kind of what we'll get into in a few minutes.
Alright, I'm just looking over at the creek options, basically what was available then in the 1970s was basically had concrete culverts with the channelization theory. You also had, an option of doing nothing. But as time went by, later, like in the 1980s, 1990s, new techniques became available. And some of these techniques include riprap, cross-vein, and soil bioengineering.
And actually, the images on your handout and are just images from the poster and from here that you probably may not be able to see. So we wanted to include that way you can see it close up.
Page 2 as well.
Yeah. So just so you know, as we're going through this.
Technical drawings on the back of your handout, especially for cross-vein.
And the academic review of a lot of these options is still the process of happening right now. USGS and NOAA are in the middle. They did a review of 3 and 4 sites. It was mostly positive, but they suggested kind of slowing down a little bit. Right now, they're actually just got funding. They're building an actual, kind of making a test stream in Minnesota right now that they're going to use for as like a test scenario where they can go up in different options and build a cross-vein in it and see how it affects and things like that. Just for academic purposes. So we'll get more data from that, but that's why all this stuff is kind of exclusive right now, just because
To just basically going into what riprap is, it's basically using these heavy stones to slow down water. And this option was not really available in the early 70s. Basically, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers was experimenting at their waterway station in Vicksburg, and also experimentation was being done in Colorado State University. And also riprap is commonly used with other soil engineering techniques. Cross-vein, which also is pictured, like he said on page 2 of the handout, was developed in the early 1990s. It's more commonly used now in current stream restoration. It is a grade controlled structure which decreases shear stress, velocity, and stream power. What in essence this does is it decreases overall bank erosion. and it does channel the stream a little bit, but not as much as the old techniques of the 1970s, which was basically on focusing, moving it here, and basically channeling it to where you wanted it to go.
You'll see some very some depth there, as you can get a scour pool, so, it takes for a fish.
Basically, soil bioengineering is basically using a lot of like natural plants to control erosion by building root systems. It's been around for centuries, mainly in Europe, especially Germany, where extensive forest logging occurred. Basically, it was exposed zone and needed some way to deal with it. Hikers in the United States basically came around like 1920s. There were some early studies done, experimentation, but also the two major studies in the 70s and 80s was in the Lake Tahoe Basin region, and also the revegetation work in Redwood National Park.
Okay, so now we're going to get a little more info in Madisonville. And originally, as John said, the plan there, they called out for much of restoration of just Little Duck Creek area from Madison Road down to Murray Avenue, which is kind of the border of Marymount. So they called out for, channelization in certain areas, culverts here, using natural features to kind of complement these. But then kind of making it like a recreational area as well for the community to kind of go around. But back in the 70s, a lot of it was geared towards, when they put in 75, you just kind of go right through it, and don't really kind of care what the people had. The community did not like all the problems that it was going through, and so in essence, they stood up to the developers and said no. And so the plan just kind of stopped right there. Now, as you can see, most of the residential, some commercial building, municipality, which is kind of like schools and already existing park features. And I kind of see how things have sort of changed a little bit today. Zoning is still pretty much residential, mixed in multifamily and single use, as well as the data that wasn't available is mostly going to be kind of the existing park, recreational, municipality stuff. So in essence, a lot of it's still similar. We do have a lot of property owners that have, left, passed away, anything like that. So some of the property owners that may have stopped it initially may not be there, as well as the stream has moved. Just over the course of the erosion or anything like that, property boundaries are going to change. So that is going to require surveying stuff to see what is what on each property. As you say, now we're bringing a lot of communication to the community to see, okay, what kind of improvements would you like to see? What's going to make you feel good? You want to come to the creek or the natural surrounding areas, just pretty much get a lot of their input. It's kind of like an environmental justice sort of thing. You want to take everybody into consideration before we go through development.
When you say land use not available, what do you mean by that?
It's one of that auditors, click on there and just pop up on it.
I suspect that everything that's gray is public ownership. It's probably park land.
Yeah, this is the part where there's an old abandoned school right over here, and up by Sutter Street.
But we own what city parks? We own most of the corridor, and again, anything that says city owned is going to be part of Little Duck Creek Park. And I suspect that's why it's coming up.
Yeah.
Because that's Bramble on the left, right?
Yeah.
And then you get into this Bramble School.
So that's what I kind of figured it was, just sort of looking at things and comparing the 1976 overlay.
It's basically park land.
Madisonville has actually bought some of the parcels around the Sutter Street, as Bob would say, with kind of the hopes of getting some natural things going in the road. So there are steps that are already going on.